Charles, you are so good for nothing. I can't believe
Can
you.
you just shut up?
I love you so much, babe. I deserve you.
My name is Charles, and I am a foolish man. Not the kind of foolishness that comes from ignorance. No, mine is the foolishness that comes from having everything and throwing it away because a beautiful woman smiled at me. I was married to Neka for 8 years. 8 years of genuine love, of mornings where she would wake up early to make my favorite coffee and lunch, of nights where we talked about our dreams from dusk till dawn. She wasn't flashy or what we call a baddie, but she was soft and gentle. I worked as an engineer for a telecommunications company in Lagos. Nothing glamorous, but I earned well enough. We had a modest house in Ikeja, a car, and plans to start a business together. Life was not perfect, but it was good. It was ours. Then Zainab came. She transferred to our office as a marketing consultant in the middle of January. The first time I saw her, something in my chest stopped. She was tall with skin like polished mahogany, and she moved through the office like she owned it. Everything about her was elegant and captivating. The way she wore her dresses and flaunted her curves, the way she laughed softly, the way her eyes looked directly as if you are the only one in the room. And for reasons I still don't understand, she became interested in me. At first, it was innocent. From a conversation with a water cooler about a project and a friendly lunch in the office cafeteria, to having drinks. Then it became her asking to come to my office late evenings, closing the door softly behind her, asking me to help her with work problems that had nothing to do with work. I knew what was happening. God knows I knew. I would go home to Neka and see the way she smiled when I walked through the door. She would ask about my day and I would feel the guilt eating me alive from the inside. But each time I resolved to stop, Zainab would find me and all my resolve would crumble like a pack of cards against the wind. She told me things that made my head spin, that Neka was boring, that I was wasting my potential, that a man like me, educated, hardworking, handsome, deserved someone more exciting, someone who would challenge him, someone who would make other men jealous. She painted my wife as ordinary, and worst of all, I began to believe her. The decision came one evening when I sat in the car outside my house, watching through the window as Neka prepared dinner. She was singing softly, and I remember thinking, this is it. This is the moment I choose. If only I knew. When I told Neka I was leaving her, I watched her face go blank. She did not cry or scream like I thought she would. She simply sat down on the couch, and after a very long moment, she asked me if there was someone else. I told her the truth, because I was so intoxicated with my own madness that I could not even lie properly. I told her about Zainab. Neka stood up then, looked at me with sad eyes that would haunt me for the rest of my life. With only the words, "Okay, you've made your choice. I just hope you don't regret it," she left. She was wrong. I moved into a small apartment and continued my affair with Zainab. For the first 3 months, it was like a drug. We went to nightclubs, expensive restaurants, weekend trips to different cities. She introduced me to her friends, and I felt important, wanted. But then, slowly, things changed. Zainab became jealous of every female colleague I spoke to. She demanded access to my phone. She would arrive at my apartment unannounced, accusing me of cheating on her, me, of all people. The exciting woman who had promised adventure became controlling, manipulative, and cruel. She isolated me from my friends. She insulted my family. She spent my money recklessly and then complained that I was not providing enough. 7 months into our relationship, I realized the horrifying truth. Zainab did not love me. She had never loved me. She had simply wanted the chase, and once she had caught me, I became ordinary to her. Worse than ordinary, I became a burden. I tried to end it, but she threatened to tell my company about our affair, to spread rumors that would destroy my professional reputation. I stayed because I was afraid, ashamed even. I was trapped in a prison of my own making. Meanwhile, Neka moved on. She got the house in the divorce settlement, started the business we had planned together, and from what little I heard through mutual friends, she was thriving. The worst part? She seemed happy. Genuinely, truly happy. Without me. 2 years into my mistake, I saw Nneka at a grocery store in Ikoyi. She was with a man, a kind-looking fellow who carried her shopping bags. She looked at him the way she used to look at me, before madness took over my mind. When their eyes met, she laughed at something he said. And it was a laugh I recognized. It was the laugh of a woman who was loved and knew it. I turned away before she could see me. That night, I finally left Zainab. Not for any noble reason, but because I could no longer bear the weight of what I had done. When she threatened to destroy me professionally, I realized I had nothing left to lose. My career had stalled, my reputation was damaged, my family barely spoke to me, and I was alone, truly alone. I reached out to Nneka once, through Facebook. A simple message. I'm sorry. She never responded. I did not expect her to. I had spent 8 years building a foundation with her, 8 years of trust and love, and I had destroyed it all for an infatuation that lasted less than a year. Now I am 45 years old. I have never remarried. I am cautious, guarded, and I suspect that no woman would have me anyway. Not when they learned of what I did. I still work at my job. I go home to my empty apartment, and I think about the life I could have had. Sometimes I drive past the house Nneka and I bought together. Someone else lives with her now. They are a family. I wonder if she is happy inside those walls that were meant for us. I wonder if she ever thinks about me, or if she has succeeded in forgetting me entirely. Perhaps forgetting me is the greatest mercy she could offer. My advice to anyone listening to my story: guard your heart fiercely. Infatuation is not love. It is a disease of the mind that makes you forget what is real and solid and true. It whispers lies and makes you believe them. It promises you excitement and delivers you emptiness. I chose madness, and madness chose me in return. Do not make my mistake. Do not throw away forever for a moment. Do not trade the quiet certainty of real love for the electric uncertainty of infatuation. Because when the electricity fades, you will be left alone with your choices. And I promise you, the silence is deafening.